Most people are using AI. Totally colorless. A bland, poor representation of what AI can do. So today we're going to add some color to your life, and we're going to teach you how to build an AI prompt to go do research for pain. Now, my next course is really going to talk about who you should target and what you should say to them. But today what we're going to go over is some principles about building AI agents. I'm going to try to make this really quick. Oh, even my screen is black and white. I went deep on this theme today. All right. So we're going to do this for a friend of mine's company that she works at, AirCall. They're like a remote calling solution. So it's really important with these AI agents to begin with context. So I'm just going to pop over to Claude. Just say okay to every chat until I tell you no. So all I'm going to do is just paste in a bunch of information about this company. Oh, I forgot how great AirCall makes it. Sorry, how great Claude. So I'm going to basically just paste in just a bunch of context so that the model has context. In the year 2000. Do you know there's like a great Conan sketch where he talks about in the year 2000? It's fantastic. Okay, minimum attachments. Okay, great. So now what we're going to do is actually talk to AI. So we're going to get rid of this because we can do it all in one chat. I'm going to use my friend Super Whisper here. This is a company called AirCall. What I want you to do is tell me about who their ideal customer profile is. Who do they sell to? And if they sell to multiple personas, let's take each of them one by one. Start with one ICP and persona, and then at the end, tell me how many other ICPs and personas they have. So one thing that's really important when you're talking to these AI models is to just slowly build up context in the thread. I'm not trying to get to an answer right away. Remember, that's black and white thinking. You want color. So great. Sales teams, organizations. Wow. Okay. So we're going to do exactly what I'm going to do in my other course. Okay, let's actually just pick one. Of all the ICPs and personas that they target, who do you think has the best use case where we can find public indications that they are suffering from some of the problems that AirCall can solve? Elaborate why you believe that, and then give me a counter response as well. So all we're doing here is we want to focus on one persona and one ICP. We really want to dial that in because the models do so much better when you're trying to get them to do specific things really deeply versus a wide array of tasks. Customer support teams, public evidence of pain points. This is really important, right? If we're going to send an AI agent out in the world and all the information is behind the great firewall, if it's in some company context, you're never going to have success, right? Customer support metrics, support quality and customer retention, urgent need, post-pandemic, very interesting. Okay. Now what I want you to do is tell me what are indicators that a sales rep at AirCall might look for a very specific ICP and persona target. They might, yeah, just give me 10 really good ideas, and I'm interested in those ideas based on the density and the pain of the information. So the density being how often does this occur in the market, and the pain being how good of a signal is this for pain. Great. So all we're going to do now is we're just going to, again, get the model to start being familiar with AirCall and what they do. And we really want to think about what are the research steps that are important. So let's talk about these. Job postings, multiple, very common, easily visible. Rapid hiring, great, makes sense. Seasonal business using temp email address for support. That's really interesting. I don't know that we'll know LinkedIn post data. without phone integration. That's very fascinating. E-commerce platform migration. Ah, that's very fascinating. Scaling, maybe international expansion, customer complaints. Okay. Now that you have some ideas about some decent information. Some of these I think are good, right? I don't think we're going to be able to find LinkedIn post data online. Remember, this is an AI search agent that has access to search the public web without any proprietary database access like LinkedIn, for example. We're not going to be able to tell if they use cell phones, for example. International expansions, do companies really talk about that? Support team leads, maybe you'll find indication of that. E-commerce platform migrations might be hard to tell. I don't know how you would do that with just Google. So what I want you to do is think about what can I find on the reviews side, or the job posting side is a really good one. Negative customer support, that's fantastic. I want you to find just things that a sales rep could look for publicly and that an AI agent would be able to access publicly just using Google that would indicate that they have a problem. So again, what we're doing is, this is really important. You need to include your own context. So you know the customer better than AI, and you need to get AI to first be synced with you about existing problems, right? This is great. Now they're actually coming up with searches, right? Rapid growth, high volume, public customer support hours versus business coverage, Google Play, right? Right, this is great. Public response times, seasonal patterns, that's great. Third-party marketplace, maybe. Support channel analysis. This is really fantastic. So now Claude's doing a really, really good job. Now what we want to do is we want to build an AI agent. This is exactly what my course is going to teach you how to do, but I wanted to give you the fundamentals of this process. Great. Now that you have an idea about the types of things we can look for publicly, I'm looking to basically create an AI research agent to be able to determine if a company is a good fit for Aircall's product or service. Now, it's really important that we have countersigns to these things as well. So I'm not just looking for reasons they'd be a good fit. I'm actively trying to find reasons why they wouldn't be a good fit. So what I want you to do before we develop that agent are give me examples of basically the inverse of these things. So what would you find that would signal that a company doesn't need AirCall? So for example, if you find a bunch of, or if you can't find any jobs, that might be a good example. Or if in the jobs that you find, it doesn't talk about scaling. So I want to be able to have a really good information about the counterexamples. So this is really important because the AI models want to please you. They want to give you the answer that you seek. And it's really important to have a scale that actually is meaningful. Otherwise, it's just going to add up points. And that's really important. Great. Now what I want you to do is assume that you have no context from this thread, and I want you to build an AI search agent. At the beginning of that agent, I want you to talk about our task. I want you to talk about who AirCall serves and the purpose of AirCall. Then what I want you to do is I want you to develop a prompt to teach the agent to go out and search the web. We've already found great keywords. Where would they search? How would they search? What are the exact Google searches that they would do? I want this agent to have a scoring rubric between 1 and 10 about a good fit. I want there to be a structured JSON output in this agent. I want you to spare no expense when building the artifact here. I don't care about the length of the prompt. In fact, I want it to be very long. And I want this AI agent to be I want it to actually round down. So I want it to be skeptical. I want the agent to basically assume that this account is maybe a bad fit. And I want it to be able to look at the positive and negative signs for each of these pieces of information and look for both of those things. So can you create an AI agent with all of the context here, with the rules that we talked about, and include other ideas that you have in building this agent, and you might want to outline those before you go and build the artifact that will make this agent ultra successful? There was no water in that. I have a habit of drinking from cups that have no water in them. Someone told me that the other day on one of my videos, and I said, I'm gonna I'm gonna keep the trend going. All right. So it's really important what I did here because I gave it a purpose. I gave it key target indicators. I want it to actually give me see, this is a problem here. So let's actually stop this. Do not write code. This is an AI agent that is going to be deployed with AI, not code. It gets this wrong sometimes. Great. Purpose and content is really important, right? You want to give the agent enough flexibility. I call this creative constraint with context. You need to give it the context of who you are. You need to constrain its outputs, but within that, you need to allow it to be a little bit creative. Great. We have the searches. We know where we're searching. We know what types of jobs that they're searching for and which companies. We have some news about growth and exactly how to do that. Positive signals, right? Multiple reviews, hold times, complaints about concurrent job posting, negative signals, size fit. This is the JSON. So we generally, you always have to simplify the JSON here. This is like too crazy. You want to simplify it and just be a little bit standard with fewer fields. Start skeptical, signal validation, confidence, initial sweep, deep dive, counter signal, validation, scoring. So this is actually a pretty good agent, but you see we only got there by slowly building the context, by using your intelligence, not outsourcing that to AI. And finally, when we put it all together, the prompt actually came out pretty good. You're going to learn this in my course. It's $2.99. You can buy it right now. And October 31st, this is the last video that you will watch and the last day. If you buy today, you get 30 minutes for free with me where I'll help you with anything that you would like. But today's the last day to do it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you no longer view the way in which you build your prompts in black and white. There's a much more colorful way to do this, and you can get it soon. You can get it now. Soon, now. Have a beautiful day. Happy Halloween!